This screenshot comes from Journey, and what I want to say is that thank you for sharing a part of your life journey with us. The 5 years since 2019 is beautiful, and we are honored. Looking at the past 5 years, Sky has indeed come a long way. We have made 3 major breakthroughs throughout the 5 years. And first, we have made a major breakthrough on the platform reach. We grew from Sony PlayStation 3 to iOS, Android, Nintendo Switch, and PC Steam platform. The number of players has grew from 10 million players to what we didn't even expect, 270 million players worldwide. Second breakthrough is from the emotional accessibility. We wanted to make a game that could be played not just by the hardcore players, but also children and elderly. We try to bring emotions that is more friendly to non-gamers and really see the demographics of our player grew into territory that is rarely seen in the console game business. Today, we have over 70% of players being female. And our third breakthrough comes from server capacity. We started our multiplayer experience back in Journey with a peer-to-peer one-on-one experience. We don't even have a server. And then we come to the beginning of Sky, where we launched in 2019. We can only host up to 8 players in each game room. Through the years of technology advancement, we have pushed our server to be able to handle up to a Guinness record-breaking 10,061 player. And we'll continue pushing the capacity to connect more people together and allow them to share emotional experiences over the internet worldwide. Looking into Sky's future, we like to focus on features that will deepen the connections of the Sky players to better express oneself to the other. The game today has many systems that allow players to communicate and express themselves, but we would like to push more. For example, we just launched Season of Nesting, and it is an upgrade to the existing shared space system. Just within this one season, we've already heard many requests from our player wanting to do more with the furnitures and their nest. They want to colorize the furnitures, and they want to purchase each individual furnitures at a single price, and then later upgrade the limit of how much they can place in the room. And they want to send a QR code to a friend or a follower when they are streaming to join their room. And these are the features that we are actively developing right now. And what we're also designing, this is before we develop, we're designing is to figure out how to upgrade the nest. How do we expand the nest in the future? Many players who invited their friends to spend time at their nest are expecting to have mini games so they can engage and play with their friend within the nest. So we are designing mini games that would fit well with the world of Sky and would provide the players quality times with their friends. And the last thing, but not the least, we would like to, in the future, to give the home editing a co-op experience where you can invite your best friend and edit the nest together with your friends. Now we're going to talk about shared memory and the recorded performance of our player. As of now, you probably have already seen us broadcasting as TGC staff members in the game. What you may not have realized is instead of broadcasting like last year where Aurora can play in the stadium and meet with 10,000 players, today the broadcasting can actually be replicated in all stadiums and all SkyFest villages. And the entire server will be able to see what we are doing as a player. And this is an ability that we plan to give not just to the TGC staff members, external IP collaboration partners, but also to the players themselves. Imagine we will see live broadcasting players doing a piano performance in the most popular place in Sky. Second part, as we are working on the broadcasting technology, we have to stream the players' recordings. And in upgrading the server and the way we store data, we also can make the shared memory last a lot longer, much longer than 30 seconds, where you couldn't even finish a whole song. And besides these 2 features we're actively working on, we are also designing how to let the player to leave offline messages to their friends, even if they are not online. And when they log in next time, they can see the recorded memories that you have created for them. Multiplayer shared memories is also the next on the list. Sometimes it is more funny or more interesting if you can leave up a shared memory with 2 characters or up to 8 characters. Because we can now stream shared memory and make a very long memory, we can also make multiple memory from multiple players coming at the same time. So if we want to create an improv acting episode, this should become possible in the near future. And once we have accomplished all these different designs, then we will be working on multiplayer live broadcasting so that the entire game room of up to 8 players can be seen by the entire server. And the last part, Sky's outfits and instruments are one of the most important things our players care about. And we are also hearing quite a lot of requests to make them even more versatile for self-expression. Right now, because of the nesting, a lot of players are saying, can I not only just wear a clothing, an outfit on my body, but also hand outfits in my nest? And don't worry about that. We are definitely going to support for players to display their collections. Because of the colorization of the furnitures we're doing in the beta server, our player was wondering if we can customize and colorize the outfit. So we are still in the discussion and research on how we could support that in the near future. Another popular demand from the community is to be able to carry more than one item. Player wants to be able to take photos with the in-game camera and play instruments and potentially chat with a new stranger. And the team is still discussing, but we are interested in supporting that possibility in the future. And the last one is for player to be able to not dress up as a Sky Kid, but also dress up like the spirit as you have met them. With all these additional features, we believe the player can have much more nuance to express themselves, either in real time or asynchronously. Many of our players spend more than an hour playing Sky every day, and it has become a hobby or sometimes a habit of life. And we realize it's not just a storytelling game with emotions. It also becomes a public space where many people spend a lot of time repeating the same thing. And we want to make sure the player is having their time well spent in the world of Sky. In the past 6 months, we've been doing a poll among our community members, collecting feedbacks and suggestions. What is the most highly voted quality of life improvements? I'm here to share with you that in the upcoming 26.5 build, which is the build after this, we'll have 3 major improvements based on the player's vote. First, we would like to give the player a toggle where they can automatically skip all the cutscenes, so if they're going on a candle run, they don't have to keep pressing the skip button. Second, as players collect more emotes over time, it becomes difficult to locate a rare emote you don't use very often, and it could miss the right timing to express yourself. Many players ask for idea to customize a favorite emote bar, so you can now create your favorite emote collections and summon them in the fastest way. It took us a long time to support this because we have all these new platforms and each one of them has a different interface. From the initial touchscreen on iPhone and iPad to the controllers from the PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, and now with the mouse and keyboard on PC. We were finally able to support all the platforms and have a unified design that should work across all the different input devices. And third, when we first started Sky, we thought player would have a couple dozen friends and at maximum maybe having a few hundred. But we have definitely run into players who have hundreds and sometimes thousands of friends and has no space in the constellations. And some of the players are asking us to support functions like removing the friends from the constellation instead of blacklisting. With many change on the backend database and the input from the UI, we're finally able to support this feature where a player can quote delete a friend from the constellation, free up the space without blacklisting, and later, if they want to, they can find that person they deleted and using a candle to light them up. And then they would be offered an option to renew the friendship. Therefore, the huge number of candles they invested in the friendship would not require to be reinvested. And you can continue the relationship that you deleted if you choose to undelete them. And these green ones are the features that's coming in the very next build, and they are currently already being tested in the beta build. And the yellow ones are the features we are actively developing right now. We're working on an offline messaging system for your friend. We're trying to reduce the repetitiveness of Candle Run by offering more variety of activities you can do and different quests and different engagement that you do during the Candle Run. And we're working on better way to connect and meet friends, having more options to join them. We're also working on a way to create reasons for a player to revisit old maps. And that has been quite the complaint from many players that they are not going back to these amazing maps they used to go to when the season was active.